Can you please explain like how the traditional feudalism and new feudalism, they are different from each other? Because I couldn't understand, so that would be very helpful. And the second thing is that, okay, that's my question. Yeah, the second question is that can you please relate your findings with with the South Asia as a region as well, or that's not scope of your research?
All right. So
Yeah.
if you look at the time period, feudalism, as we see, is a pre-modern or typically a medieval era. Neo-feudalism is modern or contemporary. Economic basis, feudalism, agrarian economy, land was the primary source of wealth. In capitalistic economy or new feudalistic economy, wealth derived from land, real estate, and the corporate power. In hierarchies, in feudalism, the hierarchies were fixed. The hereditary hierarchies, for example, lords, vassals, and serfs, was the major, main part. Here, it is very flexible. Modern hierarchies now involve elites, corporations, and the people in the upper working class. Land ownership, nobility owned land, peasants worked in it in exchange for protection. Here, land ownership is with the real estate developers, estate, corporations, or elites who are now displacing communities. Power source here is military force and alliances between the noble. Here, the power sources is state patronage, legal systems, and economic influence. In feudalism, the governance structures were decentralized, power shared among feudal lords. In neo-feudalism, it's fragmented, it is parcelized, and operates within the modern nation-state frameworks. The key relationship in feudalism were of a lord and serf relationship based on the obligation and protection. And here it is the elite estate relationships, patron-client dynamics. Legal system, customary and feudal laws were enforced by the local lords, and in neo-feudalism, use of modern legal frameworks to legitimize exploitation. Social mobility was extremely limited. Status of people was determined at birth. And here in neo-feudalism, there's a greater apparent mobility, but structural inequalities are very persistent. The examples here are medieval Europe, Japan, and all these areas. And in neo-feudalism, the examples are Pakistan, real estate empires in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, the gig economies, urban displacement projects, and all of these. And as I mentioned earlier in my early slide, one very important aspect of the difference between feudalism and neo-feudalism was that in feudalism, the feudal lord was a liege to a monarch. He was extracting, taking rents from the tenants to support the monarchy. In feudalistic system, the state is actually extracting people, displacing people to support the neo feudal lord or nobility. This was a very different kind of phenomena that I just came across through my data analysis. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. And anything related to South Asia, did you find which
Actually, as I said, that the limitation of this particular study was that it was just focusing on Pakistan and specifically this one project, that is Bahria Town, Karachi, because one of the reason was that when I was conducting this thesis, Bahria Town, Karachi, there was a huge protest organized by the Sindhi communities in Karachi. So every single person that I interacted and my respondents technically were very much informed, or you can say biased towards this particular political development. And that's why mostly data that was coming up, it was focusing on the Bahria Town Karachi project. Also, because of the reason that the Bahria town is in Lahore as well, in Islamabad as well, but there was no resistance from the masses, due to which my responses were only focusing in, the Karachi issue. However, I did visit Bangladesh once, and there are some housing projects and societies as well in Dhaka that I was inspired when I was visiting that place. Similarly, like Bangladesh is similarly Bahria town in Bangladesh, there is also groups like Boshundra city groups, and and such developers which have actually occupied like 70-80 chunk of the main Dhaka. All these housing societies, there are malls, there are housing societies, there are convention centers that are owned by these real estate developers. So I can make this connection somehow, but in my research, as per se, I did not collect data on South Asian countries. So this is one limitation of my study.
Okay, perfect. This is not limitation. That's you are under the scope of Pakistani research. Yes.